What a time, what a moment in time to build the, relatively brand new Italeri F-35 in 1/72 scale. It's a kit from 2024, and at the moment, the latest version of an F-35 model in 1/72 scale. So Italeri was kind enough to send us this kit by request so we can have a look at it here in the channel. And in the last video, we were checking out the fit of the main parts when we constructed the model and built everything together. And by the way, here it is. Here we have it. Paint job is finished. The entire work with the masking, with the painting masks are done. The correction, painting of the exhaust nozzles, the nose, and. We will just have a look at it in a second. Trust me. But before we do so, we want to talk about the F-35 just quickly, just for a moment. Let's go. So this is really a special moment to be building an F-35, and it's like, I mean, it's clear. It's obvious that I'm doing it right now, because what I mean by that is, in November 2024, Elon Musk put out this tweet here. It's a video of a swarm of drones, Chinese drones, taking off at the same time. It's like a very synchronized thing. It's impressive, but also very scary to look at it. And he wrote, meanwhile, some idiots are still building manned fighter jets like the F-35. And it has to do with the entire development in the Ukraine war, right? Because we see modern warfare is completely different. This is like the warfare of the future. I mean, this is content for at least an entire separate episode. But what proved to be helpful on the front line on the battlefield were not fighter jets, but drones. Cheap FPV drones loaded with some explosive, that's it. You don't need expensive fighter jets, because with all the air defense and artillery, it's pretty hard to work with fighter jets, especially for the Ukrainians, because they were never allowed to use medium to long range air to ground strike missiles. But anyhow, the entire view of how a war is taking place changed, right? Then the F-35 always had problems. They were like in the beginning, when a lot of countries started to order it, it was really like developed 100%. So all this is coming together. And then we got the current president of the United States. And the way he is acting at the moment on a geopolitical theater is getting people like the former Airbus boss, Thomas Enders, saying stuff like, nobody needs the F-35. We don't need this. We don't need American weapon systems where they have some sort of a kill switch, and if they just want to, they can just shut it down. And we are not able to use it anymore because the Americans just hit the kill switch and it's gone. So, I mean, here it says, criticism from ex-Airbus boss, nobody needs an F-35. After Portugal, Canada now also doubts the purchase of American F-35 fighter jets. Now, I think none of the countries already have completely cancelled their orders, but they're talking about it. I mean, that's bad enough, right? So the entire reputation of this 5th generation, technically highly advanced fighter jet or fighter bomber is like, the reputation is taking some damage. It's taking some serious damage, actually. And not only the reputation, but also you know, the ways it could be used or it could be useful are, they're not like completely gone. I will be glad to dive deeper into this, but I won't do it at the moment because we want to have a look at the masking, at the painting masks of the F-35 model from Italeri. But you know, like the range where it could be used is got limited a bit over the last 2 or 3 years. So these are the Lockheed Martin F-35 Lightning II operators. Like all the countries that are operating this stealth multi-role fighter. And when we have just a quick look here, we can see Australia has 72 operational. Then we have Belgium. They have 34 planned, so they have actually ordered them. Canada ordered 88. Czech Republic, they have approved to a possible sale. The Royal Danish Air Force, 17 delivered out of 27 planned. Let's check this out. Finland, 64 ordered. Germany, 35 ordered. Greece, 20 ordered with an option to buy 20 more. Italy, 17 delivered out of 75 ordered. There's still a lot of aircraft missing. Japan already has 40 operational with a total order of 105. So the Japanese are they're not kidding. They're not kidding around. Here, the Netherlands, 39 currently delivered and operational from 52 ordered. Norway, 49 operational, 52 planned. Let's go down here. Poland, 32 on order. Romania, first order of 32 was concluded already. Plans to buy further 16. Singapore, South Korea also has already 39 operational. Then we have Switzerland, 36 F-35A on order to replace F-5E, F Tigers and FA-18 Hornets. Deliveries will begin in 2027. Now, inside Switzerland, there are already now political discussions if we should really buy these F-35. The problem is the Swiss already have paid, like, I don't know, 700 million or something. They already paid in advance just to be able to sign the deal or something. I don't know. So I think Switzerland will not back down from the order. I don't think so. They should only if, I mean, it depends what will happen. But what I want to point out here is, yeah, the United States have 1,736 planned. Like, there are a lot of orders here from a lot of countries, European countries, or Canada. Like, yeah, I mean, if some of these, at least some of these orders would get cancelled, it could be a problem. There are like 100 billions and billions of dollars who could, get lost in this process because there are no orders. Okay, now enough is enough. Let's have a look how it is to work with the painting masks of Italeri to paint a beautiful 1/72 scale model of this 5th generation stealth multi-role aircraft, jet aircraft. Let's have a look. Now, first of all, I have to confess that I did not have the exact correct federal standard color tones. This is the dark ghost gray, the FS36320. But, I think I was quite close, maybe a bit too bright, but never mind. So I did a black primer coat first on the entire model, and now here you can see me covering the upper surface with the dark ghost gray. I'm using my Harder & Steenbeck Infinity CR Plus with a 0.2 millimeter needle, and I'm spraying at around 18 to 20 psi. Usually when I paint, I use around 18, but here, since I could cover the entire model without no problem, so I put on a bit more pressure, like 20 psi. Now you can see it here well in this image that the RAM panels, the RAM panels, they are a bit exaggerated here on the model. Like they stand out a bit too much, but you will see it now during the paint work that they kind of start to disappear. Once you have these two gray shades on, you will see it kind of starts to disappear. So this is the instructions for the painting mask that Italeri provides. It is very informative, although there are one or two sections where it is a bit misleading. But we will get to this later. I will show you exactly which sections are a bit misleading, so you maybe will not fall into the same trap as I did. It's not really a trap, but if you don't pay really close attention, yeah. Anyhow, it's a black a mask. You can see I already masked the complete lower surface of the F-35. The lower surface has a bit smaller parts, smaller pieces of the mask. This black plastic mask is a bit thicker than, for instance, to compare it with a Edward painting mask. You know, it's not on this yellow tape. It's like black, shiny, and quite thick. Yeah, quite thick. I mean, relatively thick compared to the Edward ones. But that's not really a bad thing, because it makes it a bit easier to work with them. So here we have it. The way this is designed is on the instructions. Every piece is colored in a certain color, and you will find the same colored piece on the aircraft, on the model of the aircraft. Now, to remove those masks here on the upper surface, we have the bigger parts. On the lower surface, as I mentioned, there are more like thin parts, basically just usually it's lines. But here we have to cover those RAM panels. And there is a bit more tricky to remove the mask from the carrying foil or carrying sheet. And the tool I used was a toothpick, just to keep holding down these pre-punched parts, you know, like the negative parts, because the masks are pre-cutted pretty good. Like the outline of the mask is always pre-cutted very good, but on the inside, like these negative parts, these punched out parts, sometimes they are a bit attached at the edges. So it's good to have some tool to keep them down while you are detaching them from the carrying foil. This is quite a big piece here. Here I can also demonstrate, you see how this is kind of sticky? It sticks to the surface. It can be helpful, but it can also be not helpful. Now you can see, you can remove the entire piece. Here I tried to place it from the edges, like the outer edges, and I realized it would be better if I place it in the middle first and then roll it down across that curved surface. So I could easily remove this piece, also since it is a bigger piece. With the smaller ones, these small line ones, it's probably going to be a bit more difficult. You have to be careful. What I did is making sure it fits properly and only then attach it completely to the surface. These two parts are a bit misleading, or can be misleading, in the instructions. Let me show you. Both sides are similar. It is the same. Now what got me confused is this here. Here where it says which one to pick, you can see the difference. This side takes the negative, the punched out parts, this side not. Now it turns out that only this one is correct. It looks like, right? On all the reference photos we don't have this, and the same is over here. Now these are the painting instructions. It's the same, they are similar. So That seems to be a little confusing, but it's only here where it tells you which one to pick. But I was basically only focused on this one. And the other parts which I'm not 100% sure are these ones here. They're marked to be masked. Here are the masks, right? Some of it is here. But it looks like these should not be in the bright gray as the RAM panels. At least here in the painting instruction, it's not. This is in the same color. Same with this part here. You see this one here? No, I'm not 100% sure. I'm not 100% sure. So these two are not consistent, not 100%, or I don't get it. If you're not an F-35 expert, which I'm not, I'm a bit confused about this. Maybe somebody can explain it to me. Usually you guys, you know everything, and you're, as I always say, you're not only the best, but also the smartest subscriber. So I'm sure one of you guys can tell me what is going on here. How should it be done correctly? So please leave a comment down there in the comment section and let me know. Do not forget to like the video, do all the good stuff, you know, all the buttons, and click that stuff. Like the video, subscribe to the channel, leave a comment, give a super thanks. You can become a member now even, so you got a lot of stuff. You got a lot of stuff to do, so let's go. At first I feared if I would remove the masks that it could tear away some paint. Because in one or two sections I had to correct the positioning of the mask, and some of the paint underneath was sticking on the tape. So I feared that, oh my god, what if when I remove it everything will stick on the tape, like all the paint underneath, the dark ghost gray? But it didn't. But what I did to be sure, to be safe on the upper surface, before I applied the masks, I sealed the dark ghost gray with just a thin gloss coat. So after applying all the masks, it was time to paint with the medium gunship gray. I used Federal Standard 36118 because I thought, in the contrast to the dark ghost gray, I thought it would be in the right proportion. After letting the paint dry for at least 12 hours, I started to remove the masks. And of course, I was so excited to remove the masks that I started removing the big pieces until I found out, oh bloody hell, I forgot to turn on the camera. So here we are. I already removed the biggest pieces on top, and here I'm about to remove the rest of it. Sometimes it's a bit tricky to catch the mask for removing it, because as I mentioned, these masks are thicker than the Edward ones. So yeah, they are a bit stiff, and you have to be careful not scratching away the paint underneath while you're trying to remove the mask. It happened to me here and there that I scratched away some of the paint, but I knew I will have to go in with a hand brush later anyway to do some cutting, to do some fixing, to sharpen some lines or repaint certain areas. But it's the same here. Once you have removed a few, you will get a grip, and yeah, you'll be faster and it's more easy to remove them. So due to the fact that I just told you before, from the misleading instructions or partly misleading instructions for the painting masks, I went in again with the medium gunship gray and kind of oversprayed those sections here on the wings. and I just wanted them to shine through a bit. I thought, why not? It could be a nice effect, a cool effect to add, to give a little more personality to the model. And later on, I just mixed 1 drop of the dark ghost gray together with 9 drops of the medium gunship gray, and I kind of did a little post shading, more a fading than a shading. Like I tried to create a faded look by using a brighter tone, just very, very thinned it down, and applied it just in certain sections. So that's basically it from the painting, but I wanted to show you something more, a nice or cool technique, or I believe a cool technique on how to paint exhaust nozzles, or just, exhaust nozzles for jets, depending on what color it will be, or it should have, if it's like bluish with violet effects, or like it is here, this is more a bronze type of exhaust nozzle on the F-35. So what I did here is I used dark gray, Vallejo, these Panzer colors, mixed it with the metal medium of AK, and also added 1 or 2 drops of retardant, so it would not dry out too quickly. Now, what the metal medium does is, it's adding actually a metal shine to any color that you mix it with. So I'm trying to create this bronze type, brown, rusty tone, but it needs to have a metal appearance to it. So I used a cotton swab and just simply applied it onto the exhaust nozzle, which I had painted with jet exhaust metallic paint first. So this here is actually to give it a base tone, this base bronze tone. And I applied it all around the exhaust nozzles. It would have been easier if I would have not attached it already to the model, but I didn't want to mask too much, so I already attached it. Anyhow, second step is I used chocolate. It's in the similar tone like the dark rust, but a bit brighter. Again, I mixed it with the metal medium and retarder, and also thinner, of course. I forgot to mention before, you need to mix these 4 things together, like the paint, the metal medium, retarder, and thinner, because you don't want to cover everything. Then I just used a brush and painted every second section of the exhaust nozzle. So I always left one out and then painted the next one, just to kind of give this look that it's not everything is too similar. And that's it. So let's have a look at the finished result. I will show you on the camera the finished model, the finished paint job on the model, and also the completely painted exhaust nozzle. Let's go. So as a summary, the fit of this kit is very good. It comes with this beautiful golden canopy. It has extraordinary details on the surface. Some are even too extraordinary, maybe a bit, that the RAM panels are a bit exaggerated, but I do have the impression after the painting this kind of disappears. It also provides the beautiful painting mask that we just have seen, and we see the result right now, right here. So it's a good kit. You just have to be careful with the instruction of the painting mask. These 1 or 2 maybe misleading points that I just showed you in this video. So if you haven't already, please consider watching the first video about this kit, about the fit of the main parts, where I show you how this all goes together, the entire construction, the entire build of this Italeri F-35 C in 1/72 scale. So thanks for watching. See you in the next one. Bye bye.